with today being the 5th Friday that I've uploaded a video of August, aside from doing a double upload 2 weeks ago, I'm going to be doing a reaction off of RadicalSoda's Ratchet and Clank for PS2 for PS3. If any of you don't remember 2018 where I did so much reactions, I reacted 2 videos off of RadicalSoda, Sonic Heroes and The Incredibles video game, and after a long while, this is really the perfect opportunity to do another reaction off of him when it comes to his video of Ratchet and Clank that he uploaded 2 days ago. I gotta be honest with you, the fact that this guy is still around is honestly astonishing on the fact that his creativity still makes me laugh from time to time. Granted, not on the same levels as RadicalSoda, but at the same time, I still enjoy the content that he provides when it comes to the humor and the franchise/video game that he tackles. So let's get right into it. This is my reaction of Ratchet and Clank for PS2 for PS3, RadicalSoda.
Whoa! Check it out! Ratchet and Clank!
Oh, look at that, I see
Ratchet,
that.
how's it going, man? What's up, man? Whoa, back up, buddy. Whoa, hang on a second, hang on. What are you doing with that hammer?
Oh man. Oh my god. Oh man. Sorry, it was a hiccup.
To stay focused on our missions.
Is it something about Quark?
When I think of big PS2 platformers, heck, when I think of the PS2 in general, 3 big titles are blatantly staring at me from across the room. You've got Raccoon Guy, A Boy in Rat, and of course, Wrench and Onomatopoeia.
Well, each trilogy of these 3 are great stuff, stupendous stuff. Only one of these series actually managed to scrape past the 4th installment line.
Yeah.
Probably because of those 4
Well, I never played Slide the Cooper or Jack
like you
in
should be handing off your
Dasco.
biggest IP to a studio known for making Secret Agent Clank. And
Wow.
Sonic Boom.
Oh my god.
These 3 series all have one major thing in common, and it's not that they all, live on the PS2. Their first installments were all pretty different from their future, sequels.
Sly Cooper 1, compared to its sequel's open hub, stealthy heist gameplay, is more like a Crash Bandicoot clone of all things, even down to the Aku Aku mask.
Even though I never played Jack and Dasco and Slide the Cooper, honestly, even the Sony's having a difficult time to keep franchises alive other than the biggest ones like Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank, well, compared to its now very balls to the
Oh my god, you
bullet
used the
hell
taunt on
third-person
Bliss,
platformer
not good.
was more focused on
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Capitalism. Evil capitalism.
What in Captain Quark's cock and balls am I looking at here? Ah! Menu screen! I've seen more passion splashed into Ubisoft games. Is that All from All for One? All for One! I don't even know what that is!
Here they are again on the cover! Who cares about the All for One? Get out of here!
Oh my,
As you most
oh my
likely have
god.
noticed, I have here, and we'll be reviewing the PS3 trilogy remaster of Ratchet 1.
Now I know I should probably be looking at the original games.
I don't own the
original
HD
hardware
version,
like
so I
I've
don't
done
blame you
with the
for
other, for PS2
playing the HD
videos.
version of
But,
PS3.
I mean, one, I emulated those. I'm sorry. And
Meh.
two, come on, you can't pass up the opportunity to play this classic in HD widescreen.
Wow. RadicalSoda being
I'm sure
RadicalSoda.
it's widescreen. I'm sure of it. Somewhere along. Is it Ratchet and Clank 1? That's not Ratchet and Clank 3. That's Ratchet and Clank 1.
Oh wow.
What is the story here? What makes Ratchet and Clank tick? Well, it's pretty simple, actually. Ratchet's trying to get his
Sorry, I
shit
have
working while
hiccups.
Clank is birthed at a robot factory. He sees something horrible, positively painfully dreadful on an infobot, so as you do, steals a ship and ends up crash landing on Ratchet's planet. And from there, it's go time.
Welcome to the
Oh,
Gadget
boy.
Help Desk. We're here to offer you advice during your
Shut the hell up. We're in
Tuh. Oh my god.
Excuse me, milady was talking.
Never mind, Ratchet.
Wow.
Does your name sound like rodent crap?
Mouse Poo's got all the fixings of your typical platforming hero from the get-go. Jump, double jump, wall jump. Uh-oh.
Oh.
He's got a 3-hit combo with his oversized wrench, a mid-air plunging attack, and to top it off, he can also throw his wrench like a boomerang.
Not
Very
too
exciting.
far.
It's all lovingly transcribed in this lifeless pamphlet wedged in the plastic case. This seems to be when we were right at the point where game manuals were being phased out. After this sort of bollocks, we moved on to single-page control schemes. And
I still think people still probably prefer
it's almost worth
manuals.
something like your
I
characters
don't,
have
but
little
still.
back and forth conversations here and there. I just. Buddy, don't look at me like that.
Well, unlike other platformer heroes, Ratchet has...
Interrupt help
Oh my God.
by pressing the triangle button.
Thanks, I'll do that, you stupid bitch. Ratchet has his arsenal, which of course is a huge part of the games. Without the weapons, you might as well be playing a huge pile of shit.
I love playing huge piles of shit!
Right now we have the bomb
Oh my God,
glove,
was
which
that Sonic
lets you throw
Forces?
bombs. Not really brain surgery. Ratchet finds Clank soon enough, and the little robot shears what horrified him so much back at the factory.
Oh my
Clank
God.
is looking for the help of Captain Quark, intergalactic superhero, because Chairman Drake, the major villain of this adventure, is making a new world for his race out of bits of other planets and destroying them in the process, blah, 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 blah. You know the story. You know that. I don't have to go through this. The game's like 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
Wait, no, I mean, that is an over-exaggeration, not
23 years old. Almost 23 years old. Wow. Oh my God.
Oh, come on, don't give me that crap. They evaporated. So
Yeah.
this is our first planet. What the heck is this?
Hi there, Fuzzball.
Hi.
Wow. Yeah, the effect looks really bad on. The ratio effect really looks bad in the PS3
So,
version.
buy something or what?
Oh no, I was hoping you could recommend me something.
This is what people love about the Ratchet and Clank series, myself included. Yeah, the characters are great and the worlds are interesting, but the guns are where it's at.
Yeah.
At the moment, I can only buy one, but later on there'll be tons, mountains of scintillating, titillating weapons to purchase, like the mine glove, which, unlike the bomb glove, shoots mines instead of bombs. You can, of course, purchase your various weaponry using the bolts you collect during your adventure, mostly obtained through the destruction of enemies and crates, which are, yes, still incredibly satisfying to break open. The tinkling sound of collecting bolts, oh, it's so nostalgic, man. Spyro's gems, Ty's opals, Ratchet's bolts, these are the cornerstones of satisfying collectibles.
Yeah,
Other
it really
video
does.
games, might be memorable, such as, you know, Sonic's rings or the Mario coin, but did they make you feel satiated afterwards?
No, not
I don't think
really.
so. At the
But
end
at
of
the
each-
same time, when it
I'm
comes
just
to
saying,
wings from
usually,
Sonic,
like, here
I
you
need
get
them
a
to
fun little
survive.
cutscene with a new character. It's charming animation with that classic Ratchet and Clank spunk and personality. Not much of that in the remake, unfortunately. Ratchet here is funny. It's wild concept, right? He's an entirely different character to what we have nowadays, and not just because of the different voice actor.
Assassins?
Yeah, this is the only game, well, his first voice actor only voices him in this game. Compared to anything else afterwards. Well,
RadicalSoda,
basically,
and believe
James
me,
Arnold
there's nothing
Taylor.
worse than paying full price for drinks that go inside me. That's why I
Jeez.
use code RADICAL to get 10% off my purchases at Gamersupps.com. Gamersupps has been the exclusive partner for all of my caffeinated drinking shenanigans since I asked
Oh
them.
my God, big
If
boot
you can't drink it,
shot.
you're stupid, right, Sheldon? You said it, pal.
Really?
So if you want drinks, cups, sodas, clothing, or more, come to Gamersupps.com in the description for all your drinking needs.
I would,
Gamersupps.
but
It's got boobs on the cups.
oh my God.
Do you know what this means?
Yeah.
In case if you're wondering, yes, my shirt
After learning Captain
does
Quark
have
is
boobs,
on a
but
different planet, we set sail for said planet.
I didn't
That's sort
really
of how it
expect
goes
him to
over
make a
and
joke
over in
like
this first
that.
Game. Get to a planet, pick her out, which sort of acts like a level within the level. Get to the end of that, and then either find a convenient info bot which has the location of a place our heroes need to go to next, or
Oh my
maybe
God,
find an
Sonic
item or
Unleashed
gadget
music,
to
I
help
love
you
it.
get to other places on previous planets, like with the slingshot, which you can nab in Metropolis.
That was the most pathetic display I have ever seen on that obstacle course.
I don't know, I thought it was pretty good. Not only are these items great for getting to secrets in previous levels that'll bait you into killing
Yeah.
yourself, there are plenty of previously
my
untraversable routes which will have needed one of these new gadgets, which will then most likely have an infobot or another gadget at the end of those routes, which will lead you to you know, the next planet in the cycle can continue. It all sounds sort of formulaic when I put it like that, but it works astoundingly well, even if at the end of the day it is just the one
average casual fan who plays these games for the first time.
At that particular point in time, every time I got a new gadget like the hover pack or hacking gun or oxygen mask, my brain was immediately formulating all the spots that I could get to now that I had the means. Unfortunately, you never get a sewing needle to patch up the gaps in Big Al's skin suit. Something's telling me this remaster's about as well put together as an early 2000s Sonic game. UI elements not going all the way off screen, weird character model issues.
Well, yeah, this is one of the first...
slightly off kilter, mine's getting glitched.
Oh my god. Yeah, that actually, I actually saw a video when that actually happened. Oh my god.
Guys getting stuck in certain places. The old cutscenes haven't been edited in regards for widescreen, so all the old
they were not
4:3 and the
made in
widescreen stuff
in-game
has a bunch of
cutscenes,
issues at the edges where the character's not working
just regular
right,
anime
cutscenes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No, I don't think I did.
Worst of all, though, this weirdly frequent slowdown whenever there's more than 2 explosions on screen. Granted, it's not Scarlet and Violet levels of slowdown, but buddy, this is a PS2 game running on the PS3! There should be no slowdown whatsoever! What were they doing here? It's kind of funny, Ratchet and Clank getting a rush to remaster. If you know anything about the original trilogy, you know that
this is supposed to be a celebration of 10 years of Ratchet and Clank when this came out. The remaster came out.
Of course, for every
PS3.
fun upgrade, there were 2 that were not so great. The hacking minigame is... it's doable, it's fine, doesn't happen often enough to be obstructive to the overall gameplay, and it's kind of neat figuring out.
Yeah, it was easy when you get used to it.
Pumping, you know?
I did have problems with it during
Something.
childhood.
Got annoyed with that one pretty quick. You can use the metal detector to find bulbs.
In case you need more money.
The Magna boots, while cool in concept, lead to slow, boring walking
And that
simulator
led to the
gameplay,
gravity
unfortunately.
boots in
Have
the
fun doing
following
the sections again if you
games.
die, by the way. Hey, don't even get me started on the robot disguise. Ugh. Ratchet and Clank stealth is not your strong suit.
Nobody likes stealth.
Punishing. Get busy walking.
Sometimes I like it, but not
the game off,
when
folks.
it's
This ain't a modern
directly.
AAA title that saves your progress every 3 seconds. You mess up a slow-ass escort boat mission right at the end to do it all again, bitch. Where the hell is the guy I'm supposed to escort? Did he not follow me?
Whoa. Oh my god, what the
Is he
heck?
glitched?
Why are you still here? Oh. You had to wait until the boat actually stops for him to get out.
We're here.
Honestly, the
Wow,
checkpoints aren't
that was
bad. I mean, I
unexpected.
would have torn my hair out as a kid for sure, but you really just need to have a little bit of patience here. Like the whole time. For the whole game, especially if you're hot off the trails of one of the more recent installments. I mean, trying to rush through...
I haven't played
Ratchet
with the
levels is
pod a
like trying to
lot,
rush through your tabs.
but that's mainly the
You gotta
fact
mess
that my
something up
brother
when you
owns a
die
PS5 and he
mysteriously
has the
afterwards.
game,
The first,
so
I don't know, 3 or 4
my
levels you can
playtime was
sort of blast
limited.
through using
I
whatever
didn't
weapons
make
you
through
like.
the
But
entire
later on,
game.
you'll find yourself stuck pretty quick if you're trying to get through the gunfights without a plan, especially since Ratchet is about as good at dodging bullets as the average American schoolchild, which of course means you'll be needing to buy more weapons with your hard-earned bolts from the vendors.
Ratchet, I don't know what's going on. They squished me down in it. Dark void. It hurts really
Oh my god.
There's something in there with me.
Ratchet can't strafe in this game, meaning it's a lot harder to run and gun, hence the more strategic approach you'll need to take going into fights. For the little creatures, use your wrench or your fist thing. Enemies with long-range guns, take them out from a distance with rockets. Again, no strafe, so you'll have to use the fantastic first-person mode. Remember to use the left analog stick to aim,
Yeah,
because the right one only looks up and down for some reason.
swifting,
Enemies
not
that
in
lock
this
on and chase you,
game,
use the
it was
mines
really
or the little
painful.
robot dudes. See, there's use for the mine glove. In fact, it's got many uses. Again, air molestation, different fights called for different weapons. It's a neat sort of system. I like it. Unfortunately, there are a few things that hold this approach to the gameplay back, such as the quick select not freezing the gameplay, meaning sometimes if the situation changes mid-fight, you know, different enemies rush you or you run out of ammo on the gun you're using and you gotta swap your weapon.
Yeah, you
Basically,
can't
either gotta find
pause
some
when
cover
you
and then
swipe
change your gun or
weapons,
stand
unlike in
there
the
and
later
take it like a
entries.
man. The other thing holding this kind of gameplay back is the fact that there's only one quick select wheel, and with so many weapons and gadgets in your inventory, each having its own place and time to be used, for the most part,
Yeah.
It can get a bit frustrating moving them all back and forth. Kind of like having to keep some slots
Big
free for
time.
HM moves in the earlier Pokemon games, which just bloats your wheel up with useless crap a lot of the time. You can always swap the quick select wheel weapons in its menu, of course, mixing it up depending on what the level needs. Although, again, of course, you don't know what a level needs, so you might remove the water changer from the menu at the start, and then minutes later, whoops, sorry, buddy, get back in that fucking menu. Or I guess you can
I really
just
don't have an
from the weapons
issue
menu
with
straight up,
it
so it's not the end
completely.
of the world. In fact,
Since
you
I
can
played
change
this game
weapons this
so
way
many
every time
times,
if you
it's
don't
not
wanna,
really an issue for
worry about
me.
getting hit while you're in the quick select menu. But
Granted,
it's just
there
a
were
little
new
annoying
game
that, of course,
pluses, but still.
gets rectified, I think, as early as the very next game. I guess there were just a few strange oversights, growing pains, if you will.
Wow, I get to be Clank?
With only 2 times in the entire game, not
Throughout the incredible
counting
journey
big
that is
ol'
Ratchet and Clank for
Clank in
PS2
2
for PS3, you'll
levels.
find yourself doing all sorts of veritable mini-games, I'll call them. Turret sections, not great. Clank sections,
Come on, I made it here fair.
Oh, how did you got there? Oh my
spaceship
god.
sections, I mean, they're okay. You get like a whole grinding level at one point. Why do I feel an overwhelming sense of dread right now? Of course, you get to be Big Clank. Ah, the perfect body type. And can't
Oh
forget
my
the
god.
best of all, the hoverboard races.
I'm not really a
the
fan
city
of the
level, which are both
hoverboarding
pretty
thing.
Holy, going in the smash column, which are both
Of
pretty
course.
fun. Figuring out the shortcuts in these was pretty
Jeez.
cool. However, with the second race, I got a little frustrated because they kind of forget to tell you that you can boost with the points you get from doing tricks. After the first race, they give you the Zoomerator to add to your board, but I think all that they say is that it can give you points. Nothing about pressing
It can
the
give you
square button
more
to boost, or even
juice.
how the
Yeah,
trick
see that? It
system
gives you more
works in
juice if you
general.
press the
Even the
button.
manual's freaking useless about this. No square to boost here either. And the trick system needs you to also do flips alongside holding the shoulder buttons game.
What a weird omission. Like, for the first half hour of this race, I was doing a freaking no-boost challenge run. Speaking of the game omitting information, it was a goddamn miracle I stumbled upon the mid-air long jump. You gotta do this to get to certain areas, and the game just forgot to tell me about it. Good thing I've got clumsy fingers. How else was I supposed to figure this out?
Not in the manual, that's for sure.
It doesn't include everything.
It'd be one thing if they never explained anything well, but even obvious stuff sometimes gets whole video tutorials.
It only happens 3 times in the entire game.
Why
The
over-explain
hollow
easy
guys,
stuff and then
that
completely
thing,
neglect the
and
complicated mechanics.
the-
What do you think, guys? This will be yellow paint. But you
the
know,
helmet
I
thing,
can't
I
give the
forgot
game
the
too
name, I'm
much crap.
sorry.
All the positives do outweigh the negatives. I haven't even mentioned the music yet. Oh my
Yeah, I love
goodness,
the music.
What a vibe! I mean, right from the beginning, Planet
great
Velton, you're
vibe.
sucked right in.
True story, I actually saw videos of a person dance into music.
Gotta catch Bob, see he's Danny Phantom. Gotta catch Bob, see he's Danny Phantom.
And then the big boy, the track I personally associate the most with Ratchet and Clank, Metropolis.
Yeah. Especially the remake song from the third
And that's just
game.
like the first 4 levels right there. So much heart and soul was shoved into these tracks, they practically bursting at the seams. They don't make them like they used to, man. I played through Rift Apart like twice,
Yeah,
and I
I
can't
do
remember
miss
a single track
that
from
they
that
don't
game.
do
It's
them
all
anymore,
orchestral
but
bullshit. But this,
they had to take a different route.
it really sticks with you. Not only that, but the exaggerated animation, the snarkiness, the insults, the jokes.
Escape transports are taking all the rich folks off this goddamn planet.
So why aren't you on one?
Socioeconomic disparity.
What?
He hasn't got enough bolts.
I always appreciate good timing, and these cutscenes are great for that. You can have a good joke completely ruined
Yeah,
with bad timing
even
and
though
gaps
I
in between
like this
sentences.
game,
Like, how many times
rewatching
have you seen a character
this
supposed to be
so
interrupted
many
by another,
times
but they
upon
just
replaying
totally
it
stop talking
really
before the
felt
other even
difficult for me
starts
to
their
laugh at the
line. Like,
jokes.
here, there's none of that. The dialogue is witty, the characters feel alive, every cutscene, no matter how small, feels like it had so much effort put into it.
Yeah.
Dog and call me Sally.
I mean, a simple comparison to the remake really exemplifies just how good we had it back in 2002. Or how bad we had it, I guess,
Maybe
back in
new
2016.
animators just don't try the top of what the old animators did in
They didn't
all
even
the
bother raising
entries.
Ratchet's head 20 degrees. He's staring at the purple guy's crotch!
Ratchet and Clank, the chillest dudes I've ever hung out with on a hostile alien planet.
Cool. What, do they neuter him in the remake too? Who is this guy? Of course, as I have mentioned, the game is not perfect. Towards the end, it does start feeling a little samey. A bunch of the planets you go to eventually start feeling like they all could be on the same planet, to be honest. And once you've got a billion guns and gadgets to flip between over and over again, it starts feeling a little tiring, constantly flicking through the menus.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went through it all these years later, just to see, where the franchise started. It was a good time. Not gonna lie. And I know that as a kid, I would be running through New Game Plus over and over again, getting all the golden guns, finding the golden boats, getting the rhino gun, which I didn't even get to this time. I don't really have the time to do that nowadays, or the will, to be honest. But
yeah, I wouldn't
glad
do
I
that
went
if I
through it.
played this game
And,
now instead
I
of
suppose that
years,
there's only
decades ago.
one thing left to do.
They say if you jump around like this, it
Of course. Oh my god. So that was RadicalSoda's Ratchet and Clank for PS2 for PS3, and while last time I didn't react much, at the same time the jokes are still funny. It's really impressive.
I'm 28 years old.
Oh my god. Okay. So with that being said, I really feel like that him tackling a franchise that I'm interested in, like Ratchet and Clank, is literally the only way for me to get back. And as far as I'm concerned, if he's planning on doing Ratchet and Clank 2 and 3 in the future, I might consider on doing a reaction off of that. Just so I can see how he will react to Delta Nefarious from the third game, and of course the extreme difficulty in the second game, which the second game in the trilogy is the most difficult. And while I didn't expect him to do I actually expected him to do a lot in this video, mainly the final boss and whatnot, he didn't really do that in Sonic Heroes, and while he did in the Incredibles video game, it was mainly the fact that his recording got corrupted, so he couldn't be able to do it, and he refuses to do it again. So I'm really not expecting him to do basically from beginning to end if that's not the content that he provides for his subscribers. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy my video of this Friday, and when it comes to the first week of September, I'm going to be doing Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends week by reviewing 5 Foster's episodes again. I'll explain more on that on the first video of that, and I have 2 videos for the rest of September.